At this point, I swear I'm living in a simulation. Like, I actually cannot believe that life is real. I think that people in my story times are like working together or something. You're probably like, Austin, why do you think this? Well, I'm going to tell you, okay? Because this is just too insane sometimes to be coincidental. So today's story time is about my infamous crazy babysitter. If you don't know about her, I'll link a playlist in the description. I highly recommend you watch all of those first to really get a grasp on how ridiculous this situation has become. I thought that it was over with. I hadn't heard anything from this girl or seen her in so long. I thought that she finally left me alone, but just like the TikTok girl, she pops up out of nowhere after a while and it's just like, "Hey Austin, forgot about me?" I swear, man, I think they're working together or something. Like the TikTok girl and the babysitter have like conjoined forces or something. But anyway, yeah, today's story time takes place today. Before we jump into it, please leave a like on the video. It helps more than you know. And also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe because like 50% of you watching apparently aren't, so it would help. And also turn on post notifications by hitting that bell. That helps too. So anyway, today's story time all starts off as a normal day. I'm sitting in my room this morning on my computer, just doing nothing really. I didn't have much sleep in me. I woke up really early, and I really just couldn't go back to bed, so I got up and I started my day. And I go to get some food out of the fridge, and I'm like, wow, I have nothing to eat in this fucking house. Like, there's literally nothing. I opened my fridge, and I had a singular slice of cheese and a banana on my counter that was rotting. So yeah, those were my choices. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go buy some food. So I got ready and I went to the store. I get to the store, I go in there, I'm shopping, just doing my thing, getting food, and I get done with the store, I check out, I buy my items, and I start walking out towards the parking lot, towards my car. And right as I'm about to get up to my car, I hear someone coming up behind me in a car going very fast, and I turn around and it's not slowing down. It's like speeding up towards me, and they start slamming on their horn, and I'm thinking to myself like, yo, they're not slowing down. Surely they're gonna slow down. Why aren't they slowing down? And they get so close, I jump out of the way. My fucking life flashes before my eyes because they almost ran me over with their car. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, this person's crazy. So after this person almost runs me over, I walk up to their window and I start yelling. And then right as I start yelling, I realize who it is. Let me paint this picture for you. I walk up to their window and I'm like, what the fuck? You almost ran me. What the fuck? And the window gets rolled down, and it's none other than my former crazy babysitter herself. I hadn't seen this girl in a while. I thought that she stopped trying to mess with me, but clearly she saw me out in public and couldn't resist. So I'm like, why would you almost run me over with your fucking car? Like, what are you thinking? And she goes, oh, come on, it was a joke. Don't be so serious. I was like, dude, if I wouldn't have moved out of the way, you would have literally hit me with your car. It's not a funny joke. And she goes, oh my God, I would have stopped. I'm like, dude, I jumped out of the way and you were inches away from hitting me. You couldn't have stopped in time. Plus, it's wet on the ground. It was raining. Like, come on. And then all of a sudden I hear this guy go, chill out, bro. You would have been fine. And I look and it's her boyfriend sitting in the passenger seat. And I'm like, okay, man. No, I wouldn't have, but thanks. And he goes, whatever. And she looks at me and she goes, so how you been? It's been a minute. I'm like, fine, up until you just tried to run me over with your car. And she goes, I wasn't going to run you over, Austin. I was just joking. I'm like, okay. And she goes, so anyway, how you been? You still making those videos about me? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna now. And we both start laughing. And she starts giving me title suggestions. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, is this girl actually cool now? Like, does she not care about my videos anymore? Like, I thought at one point she really hated them. So then after we talked for like 5 minutes, she asked me for my phone number. And I'm like, I don't know if I can give this girl my phone number. I don't really trust her. So I gave her my second phone number. I have two phone numbers. I have one for my actual phone and then one for like a texting and calling app that I have on my phone for people that I don't really trust with my main number. So I give her that one. And she goes, all right, cool. Like, I'll hit you up. We'll have to get coffee sometime or something. I'm like, okay, have a good one. And she turns around and gets back in her car. And I'm thinking to myself, like, coffee sometime? What are we, fucking 40 years old? Like, I don't get coffee with people, but whatever. I'm glad she was trying to be nice. You know, I turn around, I start walking back to my car and putting my groceries away. And I turn around as they're driving away, and her boyfriend just flips me off for no reason, just throws me the finger as they're driving away. So naturally, I throw him the finger back because fuck you, dude. And the car stops, and he gets out of the car, and he comes up to me. He goes, yo, you got something to say, bro? And I was like, do you? He goes, yeah, fuck you. And at this point, I'm so confused about this situation. Like, there's one person being nice to me, and one person wants to rip my head off. Like, what is going on? So I respond to him, and I'm like, fuck you too, dude. And then he pushes me, and I almost fall down. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, he just assaulted me first. It's on. I reach in my grocery bag. I grab a bottle of ketchup that I bought. I break the seal on it and open it. And I squirted this dude in the face with so much ketchup. It wasn't even funny. Like, the first hit to his face was right in the eyeball. Like, I hit him bullseye in the face, and he starts rubbing his eyes because he got ketchup all over them, and he's freaking out. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. But for some reason, he doesn't swing on me or do anything after that. I don't know if he was like afraid of ketchup or something, but he did not hit me. And he goes, why the fuck would you do that, bro? And I was like, I don't know. Why'd you push me? He's like, cuz I don't like you hitting on my girl. I'm like, hitting on your fucking girl? Bro, trust me, I'm not hitting on her. I never would. He goes, why? She ugly? I'm like, no, she's crazy. And he goes, fuck you. And he spits ketchup out of his mouth onto the ground. It was not a pleasant sight. He turns around and he walks away from me and gets back in our car. And the whole time, she did not get out of the car. She just let it happen, didn't try and break it up. There was basically a crowd forming at the grocery store staring at us. Just, embarrassing the hell out of me, basically. And they drive off. I swear, she told her boyfriend to flip me off or something. I would not put it past this crazy former babysitter of mine to tell him to do that so she could cause a problem. I don't understand. Every time I see her somewhere or she's around, something bad happens. And almost 90% of the time, she's the one causing it. But yeah, I had a whole crowd formed around me at the grocery store. One of the employees came up to me after this happened. And he's like, yo, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm all good. Somebody tried to fight me. I drenched them in ketchup. They left. I'm all good. He goes, wait, what? You drenched them in ketchup? I'm like, yeah. He goes, like you squirted ketchup on them? And I was like, yeah, man. He goes, holy shit. I've never heard of anybody doing that in a fight in my entire life. I'm like, yeah, probably because it's not a good idea. It just seemed to work in my situation. He goes, yeah, man, well, props to you. Have a good day. And he walks away. Probably one of the coolest employees of a store I've ever met. Like, most employees would be like, yo, you're squirting ketchup on our property? Get the fuck out of here. You're banned. You can't buy ketchup anymore. You're cut off. You can only buy mustard. No more ketchup. But this dude was like encouraging it and then told me to have a good day and walked away. So it doesn't end there. I thought that it would end there, but it doesn't. So after this, I get in my car, drive back home, get inside, unload my groceries, all that stuff. I'm sitting on my couch afterwards, just chilling, kind of relaxing. And I get a text message on that app from none other than the babysitter herself. And she goes, hey, Austin, can you call for a second? I was like, yeah, why not? So I call her up, and she answers. I'm like, what's up? And she goes, look, I'm so sorry about today. I was like, yeah, can you explain to me what happened? Because we were like totally on cool terms, and then you start driving away, and he flips me off and starts a fight. And she goes, I don't know, like he was jealous. He thought that you were like an old boyfriend or something. And as we were driving away, he just threw you the finger for some reason. I didn't tell him to do that or anything. He just did it. And I'm like, okay, well, I believe you. But still, he was being mad immature, so he deserved the ketchup. And she goes, whatever. I thought that it was immature, but whatever. I just want to make sure that we don't have a problem, okay? And I was like, yeah, no problem. She goes, all right, have a good one. And she hangs up on me. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what is going on? Like, why is she being so nice? And I still don't know. But, whatever. Now I'm here, just making this video. Nothing else has happened, so I think that that's done with, but hopefully nothing else happens. I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, I thought this was a funny / crazy story time. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
No, I'ma pay some back. I don't wanna look back, I don't want it like that. I've been going too fast, all the girls like that, and the fake ones wanna see my pulse go flat. And my day ones know I'ma pay some